Whether there's a tsunami over in the Indian Ocean or a terrorist attack at Oklahoma City, it was amazing how much commonality they shared when you really looked at what caused these events and how they played out over time. So what I essentially did was to take a series of historical events that range from different locations, different applications, different times, and looked at it from that perspective. And I actually identified about a dozen or so risk factors that were common, and in some cases showed up in every event we looked at. In other cases, they showed up in majority of those cases. In terms of what I would recommend that communities or individual organizations look at, I would ask them to take a step back and look across the entire gamut of potential threats that could influence the community or the organization's well-being. And I would suggest that they cast that net pretty broadly. It could be a tornado that causes business discontinuity for a company. It could be that there's something about the way that the workers are treated that are going to create worker compensation problems. It could be a problem with communication that will not allow vital information to get from one source to another. And if you start to look at all the different events that could take place and then start to winnow that down to, okay, what would cause those problems to occur? Are those risk factors present in this situation? Have I done enough to address those risk factors so that I'm comfortable that I could handle a situation like that? When you start to bundle yourself around that, you start to funnel that down, then you're in a position to really feel much more confident that you have certain situations addressed and that's fine and all you need to do is monitor them. But you have other situations where you're much more vulnerable than you thought you were, and there are priorities that you can associate with those vulnerabilities because they're either more likely to happen, or if they do happen, they create much more severe consequences. And that's where you can focus your attention. And we're all limited in terms of time and money. And so it stands to reason that we should be focusing those in the right places.